Hi everybody, welcome to a return from Australia haul video. I'm just showing all the junk that I got, and I've shown a little bit already, but you didn't miss anything, so I'll start from here. But at the Opera House, the Sydney Opera House, I just got back from 3 weeks in Australia, and at the Sydney Opera House, I wish I could just even describe the feeling of being in that iconic building. And we got to go in several of the theaters. There's I can't even remember what he said, how many different theaters there are in there, and they're all designed and set up for different performances. So the day we were there, there was a whole cast there rehearsing for a ballet, and we couldn't take pictures in there. But then they do a lot of children's programming, and there were some interesting facts about the Opera House, and I'm probably not going to get them right, but I'll just give you an idea. The original budget for the Opera House was like $4,000 or $4 million, and it was to be completed in, I'm going to say, 4 years. The actual completion time was 14 years because it turned very political, and there were years in there where they weren't building on it because of the politics involved. The original architect left and subsequently came back years later. And the cost of the building was over $100 million. And they literally paid that bill back, that over budget bill, I think he said in 18 months. It was some incredibly short time that people loved the Opera House, and it's still making money today. If you saw the hordes and hordes of people that are there all the time, I mean, day and night. The M&Ms are so yum. Thank you. No one else in the house eats nuts. Oh, good, Carrie Ann. You are not dreaming. Hi, Ange. I'm really back, and I'm on. Anyway, so we went to the Opera House. We did the tour, and Z bought this paper pack there. So she divvied it up and gave each of us a little bit of the paper pack. It's really pretty. Cut it into envelopes. I think she was going to art with this while she's out on the Gold Coast. Yeah, the Opera House is definitely an iconic spot, as is the Harbor Bridge. I mean, it's all so pretty, and it's lit up at night. It's just it was just so amazing to even be there and to ride the ferries around and learn the history. So this is fun paper from Sydney, Australia. Probably printed in the United States. Not really, I just made that up. Yeah, got a lot of the Aussie flowers on it. And you guys, another thing that really, really surprised me about Australia. Now, I didn't do much research before I went. I pretty much went blind. I was surprised at the tropical vegetation. Like, when we got off the plane at Sydney, there's palm trees, there's birds of paradise blooming all over. It's so tropical. And that just kind of surprised me. I don't know what I was expecting. But yeah, it was unbelievably tropical there. Beautiful. Everything. Just beautiful. And so, what else did we get at the Opera House? Let me see. I'm trying not to show you if I could. Let's see. How did I end up with that? My memory is so bad. Anyway, I'll just show you. This is some more paper. I don't remember if we bought a pack and split it up. I don't remember. I don't remember anything. So in case you're wondering, my memory didn't get any better while I was gone. Probably printed in China. No lie, Lynn. But it belongs in Australia then, because half the population of China, I'm pretty sure, lives in Australia. I'm pretty sure. So these are just some Aussie stickers. We must have split this up. We must have bought it and split it up. So just kangaroos, and they do really have road signs that have kangaroos and koalas on them. They really do. I saw them down near Jen's house. Not in the city, obviously, but down by Jen's house. So that was the paper pack that we bought and split up. Let's see. Then we went from the first 2 days in Sydney. Then we went, Jen's husband Squiz, which some of you have met. He is a pain in the ass. The most lovable pain in the ass, but he's a real pain in the ass, and I hope he hears this. And her daughter Mandy drove to Sydney, picked us up, and drove us back to Newcastle, which was about an hour and a half. And it was nerve-wracking for Mandy, really nerve-wracking. So kudos to Mandy because, yeah, she came and got us and took us to Newcastle. And Jen's house is really nice. They've got work to do on it, and she's eager to get it done. And Squiz has gone back to work, so everything's going to take longer than she had hoped. But whatever. All in its own good time, right? So while we were there, we went, she has really beautiful coastal areas. In fact, I'll try and find, because I know I should have put these in order before I got on here. But yeah, she has a beautiful harbor near her, and I think it was called North Bay that we went to. Beautiful marina. We had more fish and chips there. They were the best of the whole trip in that little restaurant we ate in there. And we shopped, you know, just, they have shops everywhere. There's a cool picture of Sydney. I'm looking through here to see. I bought a bunch of the Sydney Harbor. And I bought these postcards, you guys, because I was going to send them out. And then I remembered that I couldn't, like, the list to send would have been so long, and I would have ended up hurting his feelings. So I thought, nobody's getting a postcard. I'm going to keep them. I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You would feel at home for sure, Eileen, with the palm trees and the blue water and the birds of paradise and everything. I don't see those up here, so I was just like, wow. In New Zealand, you have road signs for wallabies and kiwis. I don't know that I saw those, but I did get to see wallabies. So, and then that night, that was the holiday, Anzac Day. And so we pretty much hung out around the house because it was rainy that day. That was the only rain day we had. Otherwise, the weather the whole time we were there was just so, so beautiful. Like 70-degree days, no wind, just sunny, beautiful blue skies. But it rained that morning, and so we just kind of hung around at Jen's house, which by that time I think we kind of needed at least a half a day or so to kind of regroup. And then we went out that night, and they allow gambling, this one type of gambling, only that day on the year, and it's called 2-Up. And I'll show you the video. I don't know if you guys saw this, if Jen posted it or not, but oh my gosh, we should have stayed longer until everybody was drunk, because I think it would have been funny. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, what they do, and apparently it was what the Anzac Day is where it's their Memorial Day for their veterans. And so they have 3 coins on this like paddle thing. And you bet on heads or tails, and then they throw the coins up, and has to go above their head and then fall on the ground, and it tumbles, and whoever gets 2 out of the 3 wins the bet. But what makes it so fun is that the people in the audience who are watching, like, they're holding up their money, and they'll be screaming like 10 heads, and then whoever wants to bet against them tails comes up with $10, and then they do it. No, we didn't go through Jen's stash. You have photos of me with the wallabies and Kangi. Oh. Yeah, because Carrie Ann was with us while we were at Jen's. I'm looking for the video of the Anzac Day gambling because it got really, really rowdy. And I don't know if she put that out for the world or if it's on just. We had a WhatsApp website for us just to communicate back and forth to each other. I think she put it on that. But anyway, I'll find it and show it to you if I don't find it right now. Oh, that was at the Rocks. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting closer. Getting closer, getting closer. Yeah, because this is when we were petting the animals. Oh, and look at this picture. Can you see? That's Jen and her daughter Mandy. And there's Amelia and Justin. Talk about a wonderful family. Oh, Jen and Squiz have the best kids ever. They were so welcoming and so nice to us. I want to find this Anzac thing because it was, oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was so rowdy because everybody's betting and they're drinking, and I'm not going to find it. This drives me crazy. Well, here's the day. Let me see. This is near Jen's house. The day we were up there. And you can see it was a little rainy that day. But that's all of us down at the marina. I think it's called North Bay. So there all four of us are. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right, let me see. I'll just play it real quick for you. Okay, watch it. That one didn't count, so they had to do it again. But anyway, whoever got two of the three won the bet. And I imagine as the night went on, because it was rowdy at the beginning, and it didn't start until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll bet by 10 o'clock that night, that place was kick-ass. That it was a good picture of Jen and the kids, huh? But anyway, so that's what we did that night, and I'm trying to think. We'd eaten lunch, so we probably didn't need to do dinner. Or maybe Jen did pizzas that night. But anyway, and then was it the next day we went to do the animals? Carrie Ann, did you come that night? Did you come Anzac Day or after? I think you came after that. Oh, that's right, because we were only at Jen's a couple of days. Yeah, and then we went to Melbourne. And in Melbourne, we did a lot of arty stuff. We went down and looked for all the wall art. And we might have been sending pictures of this stuff. But they have the most amazing, it's going to be in a different place, so I'm going to look here. Okay, here it is. This is some of the wall art. Can you imagine doing that with spray paint on the side of a building? And I don't know how they get up so high. They're up like 3-4 stories doing these paintings. Can you see that? So we walked all over. That was the day that Heather came and joined us. There's Heather right there. And we walked 17,000 steps that day. I did. I have it right here. Here's me and Jen. That was on the tram dinner in Melbourne. So, but we did a lot, and we ended up crashing into this studio where all these artists work to sell their art. This is one guy's art. I particularly liked his. I did keep a travel log, Lynn. And I know there's more pictures. I just don't know where they are. They're probably all out of order now. But that's the street art. And that's all of us on Jen's patio. Okay. So, all right, I'll pull out my log so I know what we did every day. But that's what we did that day. We ended up riding a free tram, and my travel log is not very complete, but I did write down notes every day, so I know what we did. All right, here we go. That was May 4th. Wait a minute. It was Nelson Bay, not North Bay, sorry. And then we did the 2 up at the clubhouse and did pizza. Okay, here we go. And then we flew to Melbourne. Let's see. Jen did not come with us for that first day. Our flight was really badly delayed. And so we ended up just going, we got an apartment there, a 2-bedroom apartment. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, really a cool little place. And I think you guys saw pictures of that. And we went and got some groceries, and then we just fixed grilled cheese for Dee Dee in our apartment. And then the next day is when Jen arrived. And then Heather also came that day, and we walked all over town. We walked all over that city of Melbourne. Everywhere. And that was, all that street art was down at the Docklands. So if you Google the street art, you'll probably get better pictures than we could get. There's so many people there all the time. And then the next day, Heather went home, and I'll show you the stuff that everybody brought me later on. And then the next day, we went down to a place called William Ricketts. And I think I may or may not have got. And it's in the, and I'm not going to pronounce this right, Heather, correct me, like the Dodongo Mountains or something. I know, we had grilled cheese. But this guy is a sculptor. He's a very eccentric character, is all I can say. A very eccentric character. And he does sculptures. That's pictures off Twitter. Let me see. Where's my camera pictures? Z got a lot better pictures than I got of William Ricketts. But she'll show you hers too. I'll just show you some. But he's a sculptor. And he does Aboriginal people, mostly. All right. This would be one of his sculptures. But what makes it so interesting was he'd make a mold of the rock or the tree. Dendarnong. Okay, thank you, Carrie Ann. But we took a taxi out there. OMG. But this guy's sculptors are amazing. But he'd take a mold of the rock or the tree that he wanted the sculpture on, and so it looks like he sculpted it right into the tree or right onto the rock, but he really didn't. These are clay statues that are placed in the surroundings. But they're so seamless, you don't know where the rock ends and the sculpture begins. And his sculptures are just amazing. I think this one I just took for the hell of it. But I have to be careful. There was naked, and I can't do that on Ustream. So I'll have to be careful here because, yeah, he did a lot of nudes. But he did animals. This one was amazing. And he sculpted it all the way down. Lots and lots of Aboriginal faces. But that was fun. And it wasn't too much to do in a day. Z could walk around comfortably, and they had a little gift shop. But you're out in the middle of the woods walking through this. Yeah, this was really a cool thing. I think that's him and his mother, actually, where they're both laid to rest. Some of my pictures didn't come out, obviously. But he was a very, very talented man, and he was a writer as well. And um, I think the National Forest Service these were sculptures that were not finished, um, and they're up in his studio still. Look at that face. Lots of animals. So yeah, that was really a fun day, just walking around. Um, And that day we actually went to the Canadian Pancake House. Out in the middle of nowhere, there's this building, Canadian Pancake House. So we went in there and had, I think, coffee and ice cream or something. While we were waiting for the taxi to drive all the way back out and get us. There we are. Oops. Could you see that? With one of the statues. So yeah, this was a great day. And then when we got back, we were staying really close to a Kaiser Craft store. So we ended up going shopping at Kaiser Craft. And I think most of you know Kaiser Craft is an Australian company. So this is what I got at Kaiser Craft. And I think we went back there a couple times. And the prices there weren't too horrible. I'll try and give you an idea of what they were. Look at Eileen. I bought those just for you. So don't say I never thought about you, because I did. Okay, so I didn't buy a whole lot there. All right. The clear stamps were $4 each. So I got the cursive text. Can't hardly see it. The coffee splatter, because you can't have too many of those, right? The honeycomb. And this one, I may already have this one. I don't know. But I liked it enough that I thought, well, even if I have it, I'll just give this one away. So that was the stamps I bought. And then I got these two stencils. And there was something else. Where did I put the other thing? Anyway, these are the two stencils I got. The stencils were so hard. These were $6 each. But you figure by the time you do the Aussie exchange, what do they work out? $4 our price? And then I did buy some, oh, now I'm making myself mad. Oh, here it is. Kaiser Craft makes the little wooden things, and I wasn't going to get these, and then they made me go back and buy them. But they've got the kangaroos, the map of Australia, a boomerang, and the Aussie flag. So I did go back and get these, and I don't know how much they were. So that was all I got at Kaiser Craft. It was a great store, though. It really was. It was fun to go walk through. Oh, and then this was the other thing I got at Kaiser Craft. And the reason I got this was $3, is I figured my alcohol markers will work really good on these. Because it's like acetate, clear acetate. And I thought, oh, I bet my alcohol markers will work good on those. And if it does, I'm going to be mad. I should have gotten 2 of them. Right? But I didn't. But I probably can order this stuff in America. For real. So, and then we walked that night for dinner. We walked down to this alley. And it's really cool there in the city. They have these little lanes, and if you walk down off the main street and you walk down these little lanes, they're all populated with these cool little sidewalk cafes and stuff like that. And that night we went down and had a really nice dinner of steaks, and I'm trying to think. Z might have had fish and chips that night too. Would Paula say? I did not know Kaiser Craft was Australian and had a store. Yeah, they are an Aussie company. So, and then the next day, we were still in Melbourne. Okay, Z really didn't feel good that day. So Z and CB stayed home, and Jen and I just went walking around town. We went everywhere. And while we were walking around, we found Muji. And if you don't know about Muji stores, I didn't know anything about them. They are the coolest places ever. All of their products are just cool. I don't care if it's bed sheets. I don't care if it's a shirt. I don't care what it is. All of their products are awesome. I could have spent $1 million there, but it's a good thing I only had a carry-on suitcase because I had to curtail my spending. No, I did not get that. I actually, that night, I had beef cheeks, and it was probably the most delicious beef I've ever eaten. But at Muji, I don't think I bought any pens at Muji. I won't guarantee that. These were not. Those I took with me. I didn't buy them there. But Muji had these journals. Jen and I had fun in Muji. I think, yep, there's the Muji bag. Muji.net. And it's another Japanese store. Oops, look what fell out. But that was from the second trip, not the first trip. And that's from Daiso anyway. I might have found some more pens. Yeah, this was from Muji. I'll just show you both Muji trips because I found two Mujis. But this little, it's a dot grid notebook, and these were really inexpensive. But see how light gray that dot grid is? And this paper, you guys, it's real thin. It's not Tomoe River paper, but it's so smooth and so nice. And here, I'll try and show you what I did our accounting on here, so I don't necessarily, you don't want to see all that. And it shadows, but it doesn't bleed, so that's a cool thing. We'll use this pen on it and see. I just had to buy it because I had to try the paper. Okay, and look, almost zero bleed through, and I was pressing pretty good. This is the best paper ever. So when Jen and I went the first time, I went ahead and I bought this journal, which is the same paper, only it's just blank. But then when I went out by myself in Sydney, CB didn't want to go again. I just went out walking around by myself and found another Muji. I went ahead and bought two more. One of the grid paper. It's real light gray on it. But the paper is just awesome. So I bought two with the grid on it. And I could have bought more, but I didn't. And then at Muji, I also bought, I thought this would look really cool on my Midori. I'm excited about it. It's a pen holder, and they had all kinds of cool little stuff like this. So, find a Muji near you. Anyway, but it's like a spring thing. Look at that. Can you see how that works? It's like a spring, and it's going to look so cool on my Midori. So I bought that, and I think that was pretty much all my Muji. Oh no, liar, liar, pants on fire. I got these pens at Muji. They are really, really nice. These are 0.03 gel nibs in a variety of colors. And I bought these cool, I didn't have any scissors, and I wanted to cut up all the stuff I had collected. So I did go ahead for $2 and bought their stainless steel Muji scissors. So that was my Muji haul. But it's stuff I love, so it was all good. So now you've seen almost all of my cool stuff that I bought. That is almost literally all I bought, you guys. Except at Daiso. Daiso is another cool store. It's just a Japanese junk store is all it is. But I found these headphones because I needed them in bed at night because one of the travelers snored and it wasn't Z. But these enabled me to sleep, so I had to get 2 pairs of them. So, yep. And they work real well. If you're near a Daiso and you want some soft headphones to sleep on, these work good. And then the only other thing I bought at Daiso was these little erasers. Because this particular pack, check it out, had a monkey. Hello, you have to buy the monkey. And a koala. Look at that. He's so precious. Now, what I'm going to do with him, I don't have a clue. And then a unicorn. Because in my world, unicorns are real. So, oh, wait a minute. They come apart. I didn't know this. Check it out. You can take their heads apart and see their brains. Now I'm killing myself. I need some sleep. Alright, stick his head back together. Do you guys want to see monkey brain tacos? Check it out. Well, the Japanese people are freaking ingenious. Look at that. So those were my fun little Daiso things. All right. Jen and I walked around town. We went to Muji. Oh, we went to another typo store. There are typo stores all over there. And every one of them is different, and every one of them is cool. We did find a really cool bookstore there. Oh, and you guys, like Lamy Safari pens there are so expensive. So if you know somebody in Australia, send them a Lamy pen because, oh my gosh, like the things that really just bowled me over was the Lamy pens were outrageously expensive, and the journals, Moleskine journals are incredibly expensive there. Oh, and I got this at Muji too, and I haven't tested it in my Midori yet, and I hope it fits. But this is a cool pocket folder that I've never seen, and I bought one for Mandy too. I gave Mandy one, but it's like, so I'm really hoping this fits in my Midori. But this was really cheap at Muji too. But they had beautiful cashmere sweaters. It was just, oh, and look, this folds out. How cool is that? So that was my other Muji. And then that night we did a really fun thing. Put the monkey head on the unicorn body. Okay, we can do that. We took a dinner tram. Oh, look, they jacked me up where I can't do that. The post is on the body, not on the head. But we took this dinner tram, and it was, I don't remember how many courses. It was expensive, I will tell you that. But we rode the tram all the way around Melbourne. There's the monkey with the koala body. Yeah, that's why you don't owe one, Carrie-Ann. I can believe that, because when I saw the price of lammies, OMG, I couldn't believe it. But the dinner on the tram was so nice. Yeah, what's mean? Putting the bodies on the wrong body? I don't think that is. Or on the wrong heads. And then the next morning, we left Melbourne and flew back to Newcastle. And again, our flight was delayed 4 hours. Did I use my DIY watercolor booklet? No, I did not, Lynn. We were so busy. What? Oh, by the way, I'm rich now. I found 2 loonies and a quarter on your desk. Yay, you! No, we didn't hardly art. I mean, I was lucky that I got notes written in my book, honestly. By that day, we were all really, really exhausted. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Carrie-Ann and Bill came over to Jen's that night. That's right. And we had fish and chips for dinner. Shaz went and got us all fish and chips. So that was really nice. Shaz is another one of Jen's daughters, and she is a kick. I hope she comes to the States to hang out with me. Then May 1st came, and it was a Tuesday. We were at Jen's. Carrie-Ann Kate was still there. She was staying with friends. She had a horrible experience with her at her friend's house. It wasn't her friend's house. They were Bill's acquaintances, and they were gracious enough to offer their home, which Carrie-Ann is a much better person than I am. I would have come up with an excuse to leave. I would have said, gotta go. The cat needs me. Gotta go. Anyway, she came and we went to all the arts and crafts stores around Jen to see where Jen goes and shops. And she has some cool shops around. They're just so darn expensive, you guys. Yeah, well, I didn't take very many, Lynn. I really didn't. Yeah, I didn't take many art supplies. CB and Sandra took a lot more. And Mandy went with us that day that we went shopping. We had a quick meal at McDonald's, and then when we got home, Squiz made us pizza or chicken. Maybe I couldn't remember. The bloody cat was half the issue. Yeah, she had like a little issue with Phil. I'll leave it at that. And then the next day we got up and we met Carrie-Ann and her husband Bill at a place called Oakvale Wildlife Park, and that was where we got to touch the kangaroos, and that was fun. I really enjoyed that day, and it was just like going to a petting zoo. Really, there was ducks and chickens and birds that talk. Yeah, Z's going to be doing art, so, and she's got all this time, so she will. But we got to pet the kangaroos, and I don't know, there was I'll just show a quick video. I think it's in my, let's see, I think Jen took the video, so it's going to be in the WhatsApp images, or WhatsApp videos. And if you guys don't know about the WhatsApp, you download it onto your phone. Robert and I got to talk on the phone anytime we wanted to with zero international plan. No cost. So look into WhatsApp if you have somebody. Okay, here's Z. at the Oakville Wildlife Park, and she's feeding the kangaroos here. And they're just running around like this. They're everywhere. And they're nice. Okay, let me see. There's me messing with the lazy big fat one. They never move. They're just like, we're just hanging and see all the ducks walking around in the background. That's CB there. Sorry. So that was really fun. And we got to see the koalas, and they did a quick show about the koalas and how they're endangered because of we're ruining their habitat. Cars kill them on the road, and people's dogs and cats, believe it or not, kill the koalas. So yeah, they're endangered, and so we got to pet the koala, but we didn't get to hold him. You know, you could just pet him on his little butt. So that was a fun day. And then the next day we caught a plane and went to Brisbane. And I know I don't. No, there weren't any joeys. I think probably because the kangaroos might be real protective of the joeys, Paula, that they probably separate out the kangaroos that have joeys, because these were real docile. And I'm sure because they let them run free and people just interact with them, that for the, you know, safety of the people who are there, they probably don't let the mommies with joeys out in the public. That's just my guess. I don't know that, but that's just my guess. But then the next day we went to Brisbane to stay with Jen's other daughter, Christy. It was a little bit late, but we were there. Like Jen scheduled our air flights for like 6 in the morning. So we were getting up like at 4 o'clock in the morning to go catch a damn plane. It was insane. But when we got there, we had an entire day. So that day we took the train and we went into the city, and it's about a 20-minute ride. And of course we didn't know anything about the train system or anything like that, but we were really brave. We got off at the Fortitude Valley and went and found a really cool art store, and then we went and found some more street art and Little China. We walked through Little China there. And then we got back on the train and went down to Central Station. And Brisbane is another beautiful, beautiful city. And one thing I will give Australia, they have their train stations, their trams, their everything. Whether it's a bus, a tram, a train, they know how to move people. Like, their public transportation is awesome. I mean, it's awesome. They are kicking our butt when it comes to public transportation. But anyway, we took the train down to Central Station and then just walked around Brisbane again, down on Crown Street. And then we walked way down to the river. We didn't go across the river. Z walked halfway there because it was where she had been with her husband and daughter 6 years ago. So we took the same picture in the same position. Yeah, so we went across the bridge to South Bank, and then that night we had a barbecue at Christy's house, and then the next day Z and CB again kind of wanted to just lay low, so they stayed at Christy's house, and Jen and I took the train back into town, and that was when we found a couple more Japanese art or pen stores, but I didn't buy anything there. And then that night we went and ate at a restaurant called Ahmet's, which was a Turkish food. And you pay one price, or we chose to pay one price for the whole table, per head, and then we got to try a whole bunch of different kind of Turkish food, and that was really, really, really good. Um, and that was where Z and her husband had eaten 6 years before. So, yep. And then I'm doing better since you told me about my book, Lynn. Thank you. And then the next morning, Jen stayed in Brisbane with her daughter. Z flew to I actually helped Z get on the train. We took her out to the airport with us. I helped her get on the train to the Gold Coast, and CB and I flew back to Sydney. So we had 3 or 4 more days. Oh, the Turkish food was delicious. You have good public transportation in Toronto? Well, most of the cities I've ever been in the U.S., Paula, their public transportation pretty much sucks. And then, yeah, we left Christie's at 8:30 in the morning, and it was sad that morning because we all had to say goodbye except CB and I, because we were going to go ahead and travel some more together. And by the time we got to the room that night, we just ordered room service. It was just, let's just stay in. And then the next day we bought a pass for the ferry, so we could get off and on the ferry down at Circular Quay as much as we wanted. And we went and saw the amusement park. We went to Darling Harbor. We went out to Goat Island. There's a fort out there, the zoo's out there, Manly Beach. I mean, it was just everywhere. So we could do that for 2 whole days. We ended up that day, too, going to the Museum of Contemporary Art, and we just dumbed into a zine exhibition. And let me see, I grabbed some of this stuff from there. They had a tent set up where kids were sitting in there making zines. And this was what they were handing out to them, so that they had some collage fodder for their zines, and they could do it on anything they wanted. And that place was packed. The ferry was fun. It was money well spent. It really was. And it was so pretty out. But yeah, this is the collage fodder they had for the kids to use in their zines. And then inside the museum, they had a great big exhibition area where local artists were showing their work. And it was a lot of political. The young people there are very, very political. So it was, just a lot of political stuff. And they had guest speakers there talking about how their own approach to their zines. Apparently it's a big deal there. I don't know. But anyway, I went ahead and bought a couple. Oh, I'm missing one of them. Anyway, I'll just show you this one because I like the format of this one. It's just one long page, and it's a series of texts, and it's just funny. I'm not going to read it to you, but a lot of really, really amazing artists there. And the title of this is Mornings Are Hard. And there were a couple mornings that I have to agree. And I have another one somewhere. It must have fallen out. I'll find it and show it to you when I find it. There's the William Ricketts. Yeah, this stuff is just all shoved in here all crazily. But I have a bunch of collage fodder for my own. And I know the prompt this week for the Wednesday prompt is collage. So here in the next few days, I will get this stuff out again and do my own collage. It was cool for the kids. It was way cool for the kids. And just to see the people's art, and they were selling them. I probably paid maybe $3 for this. And then the other one that I bought, it's better. I mean, the girl's artwork is very, very well done. This is just screenshots that they printed out. I mean, this was no big deal to put together, right? But hers was her original art, and she was fabulous. And I got her card, too, because she had another zine that I really wanted of hers. Amy Blue is her name. This is the girl. And I will definitely get in touch with her. She has a website, and say, I want your, the title of the zine that she had was Villains You Love to Hate. So I will definitely, but she had drawn a picture of the Wicked Witch of the East from the Wizard of Oz. There were just a bunch of iconic evil people. And her take on it was really cool. So I want that real bad. So, let's see. And then I went in search of a meat pie for dinner. I love meat pies. Okay, and okay, Lynn wanted me to describe the meat pie. It's about the size of our pot pies and the exact same construction. Okay, it's got a bottom crust and then a top crust, and inside it's beef, like minced beef, but it's the gravy. Oh my God, the gravy just made it so delicious. The one that we had with Jen that day. Carrie Ann was with us. Carrie Ann and her husband was with us that day. Those were such good meat pies. And I had a couple after that, because then I knew what I was looking for. None of them measured up to that first one at that bakery. Oh my God, it was good. And then let's see, the 7th, we did the ferry thing again. And we ended up on the 7th. In fact, I didn't write this down, but I will right now because I remember what we did. We went to the Rocks. And the Rocks is the oldest part of Sydney. And it's where they brought the convicts from England when they were, I don't know, I guess, establishing Australia. It's where the oldest residents went. And so they have tried to preserve a lot of those old buildings and the cobbled streets. And I have good pictures of that too, and I'll have to show them to you. But yeah, we rode the ferry in the morning, and then in the afternoon we walked around at the Rocks. And there were some great shops and stuff over there. A lot of original Aboriginal art, which is mind-blowing. It's so beautiful. And they had like real-life didgeridoos and stuff that was the Aborigine people make. And so it was very cool. You like the mince and tomato sauce one too? I didn't have that one. I just always did just the regular meat pie. And then CB did try one with cheese and mushrooms, but I don't think she liked it as well. And then the 8th, CB wanted to just hang around the hotel, so I went around and hiked Sydney again, all up and down, was it Queen Street? No, George Street. All up and down George Street, ended up back at Daiso and got a couple things for CB, and went back to that fun bookstore. Yeah, so that was pretty much what we did every day, and then the next day was up and at 'em, go to the airport, come home. That was yesterday, or the last 2 days, because from beginning to end, we were on the road for 24 hours. Over 24 hours I was. So, and the other stuff that I bought, I'll show you, because I just ended up having to pile everything in my bag. So if I say you gave me something and you didn't really give it to me, I'm sorry. But yeah, I ended up just having to pile things in here. Here, I do know Heather gave us a bunch of candy, and I think that's all that's left in my candy. Oh, and this was another thing I got at Daiso. Just cards with the grid printed on the back to use for my Zendangle book. CB did bring me a set of Tropico paints. Those are pictures that Z printed off. This is me and Z at Manly Beach. And this is the three of us at the hotel. And there's some more candy. Heather brought me candy. And then Z brought me this pen, and I haven't tried it yet. So, this is an envelope that Jen found at Daiso to store her stamps in, and she gave me one just to try it, because she said it's a great way to store your unmounted stamps. Okay. This is a collage, and I'm almost certain Heather gave this to me. It looks like Dee Dee, huh? Dee Dee's collage. I did share some of my candy, Heather, with Jen's kids. And then, Heather, I think you brought me this. I don't remember. I really don't. I know, the monkeys on that. Yeah, Z brought her little photo printer with her, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to get this out. You drive me bananas. That's probably what they're all saying now. She really drove me bananas. And let me see. I have more artwork. Oh, here's some artwork of Heather's. And I have some collage sheets too, but I think they're still in an envelope that Heather had done. And this was one of Heather's pours. Look at that. Amazing, beautiful. And I don't think she intended to, but do you see that face? To me, I see a face here. Her forehead, eye. Here's Australia map, and it's a shaker card with little baby kangaroos in there. Can you believe that? With a map of Australia. And this is from Heather. And a napkin. And I think there's two other napkins too. There is. I know there are more. Everyone here is mad. You can say that again. Oh, this must have been meant for Eileen. Oh, man. Hi, Galena. Die cut paper. Our trip to Oz. So, thank you, Heather. I loved every bit of it. And there are a couple more napkins that should be in here that somehow got separated. They'll get put back. And then Jen gave us some lace and a doily. Because you got to remember, Jen's craft room is still. She did get the floor. Did Jen like her dialogue? Her dialogue. Oh, yes, she did. She loved it a lot. And I had mine with me. Not the one you bought me, Eileen, but I had another one with me, and I ended up giving it to Mandy. So Mandy got the bird dialogue, and Jen got the girl dialogue. But I've still got my girl, and I'll prove it to you, Eileen, just so you know that I didn't give yours away. Here's mine from Eileen. I didn't give it away, Eileen. But yeah, while we were there, Jen got the floor put in her craft room. Squiz got the walls painted. And all they've got left is to put the drop ceiling in. So, and then Carrie Ann went way too overboard. I'm not kidding you. I couldn't believe this. Carrie Ann made each of us. So she brought 4 of these mini albums for us. Mine has Everyday Moments on it. And if I could begin to tell you the quality of her work is unbelievable. I am not kidding. Honestly, when she said people think that these came from a factory, does not surprise me at all. Look at how beautiful. There's lots of little pullouts, metal embellishments, the paper selection, just layers and layers and layers. Look at this. I was floored. I always want to remember these moments. And that's true. You know, that's one thing that scares me is every day that goes by, I hope I don't. I'm going to sit down and write the journal tonight, right after my nap. I am going to lay down for a little while because the damn cat got me up at some ungodly hour. But can you see the metal embellishments and these little pullouts? Unbelievable work. Unbelievable. And Carrie Ann, I can't remember if you said you had an Etsy store or where you sell these, but honestly, I would recommend these 100 times over. Every little tab is a pullout. Yeah, Carrie Ann made this. Little pockets. Oh, and the magnets are awesome. So yeah, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Almost too gorgeous to use. I will use it, but it's almost too gorgeous to use. And that one's again magnetic. Beautiful. And she made 4 of these, you guys. Made one for each of us. I know I had to get all this stuff home. If you could have seen I didn't leave anything there. But, oh my God, I was packed to the gills. That's why I was just so careful about what I bought, because I knew I couldn't get it home. Well, and then the prices, too. It was just like, oh my God, the prices there were insane. And then this is a postcard book of where she lives. Junee, New South Wales, Australia. Oh, and then she brought me a Junee pen, too, which is already in my pen thing over here. I already used it this morning. So this is from where Carrie Ann is from. So, and it was so awesome, you know, just to meet Heather, Carrie Ann, Karen, just CB, Zandra. It was just so amazing to meet them. Oh, and then somewhere, I was going to say, she put them in a bag, and each bag had I didn't bring the bag home, Carrie Ann. I left it for Jen, but I did keep my name tag. So, you want Kezzy's journal? I can't say that I blame you. Oh, and I didn't show you this. At Kaiser Craft, I did buy one more thing. And you're going to be jealous of this too, Ann, so just get over yourself. They had these cool sticker books. And they were only $10. And you can never have too much stickers, right? But the thing I liked about them, they smell good, but they're matte. I don't like glossy stickers for the Beast. Hi, Fiona. But yeah, here's the sticker book that I bought at Kaiser Craft. Very cool stickers. And my colors. Look at, and it matches the book that Carrie Ann made me. Washi. Washi. Numbers. Just different things that you put in your journal. But I love this one because of the colors. The navy blue. Yeah. Love this. And this was the first one I bought. And then Jen, because she's a terrible influence, we went back, and I hadn't seen this one the first time, so I ended up buying it. The second time we went, because we went in there like 3 times, because it was right next door to the grocery store, and we were in the grocery store a lot. And this is just a flowered one. Same sort of deal. And they smell really good. They don't smell, oops, sorry. They don't smell like Chinese. Yeah, where are your freaking pearls? So I really love these. And I figured with the exchange, it wasn't really that bad a price. So you got a lot of stickers for your money, I thought. These sticker books were at Kaiser Craft, Carrie Ann. In the store, they're in, where were we? Melbourne. Yep. And then I bought a bunch of, because I'm going to journal and collage and stuff, I did get a lot of postcards. Kangaroos. Koalas. And just the other animals. We saw these birds. I didn't see a dragon, though. And that's Sydney. That is the skyline of Sydney, you guys. It is the prettiest place you've ever seen. We did not go up. They don't call it a space needle, but it's the same idea. But right in here, between where that cruise ship and the Opera House, it goes back in there, and that's Circular Quay. And our hotel was right down here the first time, and then when we came back, our hotel was out here on the other side of the Botanical Gardens. And I never did get to the Botanical Gardens, so now I have to go back. Yeah, because I never got to the Botanical Gardens. And one night, CB and I did eat at the Fortune of War Tavern, and it's the oldest pub in Sydney. And I had a burger there that night that was delish. And what else? And then Z, of course, you guys saw this before Z came. She brought me the color workshop, so I dragged this around Australia. But I do like the art in this book. She got it at the Hobby Lobby sale. So that was the other thing I drug around with me the whole time. What else? I think that's it. That's my whole pile. Oh, wait. I didn't show you my cool t-shirts. Hang on. You got to see my cool t-shirts that I got. The last day, that's what I was out doing, was trying to find a cool hoodie that I wanted. I did maybe get myself a couple of caps. There's one of them. I like this because probably nobody will know what that is. So this will be my new everyday cap. I love it. And it's a little torn on the brim, which makes it especially cute. And then the other one, this is my dress-up one. My new dress-up cap. It's the Sydney Opera House graphics. I love the Sydney Opera House graphics. Love them. And then a couple of pins. They probably won't stay on here. But those are the 2 caps I bought. And then Jen and Squiz sent Robert this cap of the kangaroo. I like this one. Robert said I could wear it. But, yeah. Yeah, you just saw my new hat. Now do some art. No, now I'm going to go take a nap. And I bought the rat. Pocket t-shirts are hard to find, but I got him one that has the Sydney Opera House and the bridge, because he likes pocket tees. He doesn't use the pocket, but he likes pockets on his shirts, which is stupid. And this is one of my t-shirts. It's navy blue with brown kangaroos, Australia. The other t-shirt I got me is, this one's really cute, and I'm going to look really good in it. It's kind of funny. It's got a kangaroo, a koala, a platypus, and I'm not sure what that little creature is. Let's see if it says. Koala, echidna. So, my Sunday go to meeting cap. Are you kidding, Diddy? Hello, that's when you want to look nice. You wear your dress-up cap. So those are the two t-shirts I got myself. And the only other thing, and this was not my favorite, and I should have bought it sooner, but I didn't, was a hoodie. Just a navy blue Sydney hoodie. And it's pullover. I didn't care if it was pullover or zipper. Didn't matter to me. And then what else was in this bag? Something fell out. Oh. The road signs. I like the road signs with the kangaroos and koalas. Emus. I did see an emu at the zoo. I saw a wombat. I saw a crocodile. We did not see the penguins. I don't think I saw a echidna. But, yep, those are just little stickers. And that'll be the opening to my book. And that's just how the kangaroos look at you. Like, good day, mate. And I did hear people say, good day, mate. Yeah, I like t-shirts too. And I'll wear them. And when they wear out, oh well. Alright, all my bags are empty. That's it. Oh, and I did buy my brother the same shot glasses with the road signs. And then after I give him these, then I'm going to talk him out of one of the koala ones, because there's two koala ones. So I'm going to say, here's your gift. Can I have that koala one back? So really, that's my stuff. You guys saw it all. Now I've got to find homes for it. Am I pronouncing that right, Heather? But I did hear people actually say, good day, mate. Good day, mate. Everybody says mate. That is one thing they do say in Australia. That's for real. Like, they really do call you mate. So now I've got some journaling to do. I have plenty of postcards and stuff like that to put in my journals. And stickers and stuff like that. So, Gene, you're funny. It was missing the koala one right in the middle that I wanted. He won't care. He'll give it back to me. But him and his wife collect. Now these are bigger than normal shots, you guys. I don't know if you've noticed that. But, like, these are, like, gigantic shots. Like, one of these and you're on the floor. Maybe that's what Aussies do. I don't know. But these are huge shot glasses. So, yeah, that's all my stuff. I don't want to find homes for all of it. Oh, my God. But I had to get up this morning. And they are double shots for sure. The rat did pretty good. He really did. He's not big on housework, but the house was pretty tidy. He had cleaned the kitchen, kind of, but his clean and my clean are two different cleans. So this morning I got up uber early. The cat got me up. And I took everything off the kitchen counters and washed everything with Clorox water, or that Clorox cleaner. And I have yet, I swept the floor, but I haven't washed the floor. So as soon as I get the floor washed, I'll feel like the kitchen is acceptable for me to maneuver in. And then this room that I'm sitting in now that I've torn all this crap out, yeah, it's a mess. That's how you drink so much? Well, given the size of these shot glasses, hello. Good on you, buddy. Good day, mate. I did hear good on you, buddy. But I say that even here. Good on you. And I don't know where I picked that up or anything. So, um, but yeah, I don't have too much to do here around the house. Robert, no, Robert was really good. Now, I did warn him before I leave that I wanted that litter box cleaned every day because it's not fair to the cat. And so he did do that. He really did. And then this afternoon I have all my laundry to do, because I'll wash everything now that it's home. And he did all his own laundry. He had changed the bedding yesterday. Well, I had to help him put the sheets on last night, but he made sure that the bedding was clean. Yeah. So the only thing I really have to do is wash the kitchen floor and run the vacuum. I don't think he vacuumed while I was gone, but he wasn't here at home much, I don't think. So, yeah, I don't have a whole heck of a lot to do. But I am going to go, I think, lay down for just maybe an hour to get through the rest of the day so that I can go to bed regular time. And then I'll be back on regular schedule. Because one thing I will say for Qantas, I would fly Qantas again in an instant. Everything about that airline is top notch. Of course, we paid for upgraded seats, so that may have been part of it. Um, but when we got on the flight to come home, they kind of put us on U.S. time immediately. We were no sooner up in the air than they had our dinners ready for us, and then they darkened the cabin so you could start sleeping. And so I had done that because when you pay for an upgrade, they always give you like alcohol when you get on the plane. So I went ahead and took a couple glasses of their wine and took a sleeping pill, and I was out. I did sleep a lot on the plane. Poor CB did not, so she may still be at home sleeping. Yeah, I had no cat shit, Carrie Ann. Bless Robert. Did he get his Fibs hug? Yeah, it was good to see him, and he was happy I was home. And he's been out working today. I haven't seen him 5 minutes all day. But I think it's just knowing that I'm here and he's out there, and yeah, everything's good. So that's all I know. But that's not too many pens, is it, Eileen? That much pens? What's this one? Oh, I think Z brought me this one. Yeah, because I didn't buy this one. Oh, it's pretty. But yeah, that's not too much pens. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording. So if you've watched this on YouTube, thanks a lot. We'll catch you next time.